Welcome back to Homeschool Music, episode 2. Today we'll be talking about melody. Welcome back.
Hi YouTube, today we're talking about melody. We're looking at melodies from hip-hop songs, pop songs, R&B songs, rock songs, classical songs, and we're going to see what makes a dope melody and how you can make one.
And we're going to do our best to give you tips. I'm writing your own. Okay, we're gonna start off with Hit It and Quit It. Now, we're gonna do our best to give you tips for writing a great melody. But there's really no rules here. So this is just a little trick that we like to use.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some chords, and he's going to sing one note per chord. Basically come up with a pretty simple melody for the chords.
Just those two notes. Boom, boom. Let's connect them. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That was nice. And then we'll do drop ascending. Boom. Melody. Now we're going to analyze some great melodies through the ages. We picked a variety of things to discuss, and we're just going to talk about them. First up, we got Antidote by Travis Scott.
So with Antidote, what's crazy about it is if you listen to the line, the sample that they use, Wonder Girl and Eastbound, basically the notes that are used in the beat are the same, basically the same notes that he's singing in the melody. So basically what that's telling you is that one, producers can dictate a dope song or a hit song, but also if you're an artist, you should really listen to what the beat is giving you specifically and play off that.
So simple.
Don't you open up that window. Don't you let out that antidote. Yeah, popping pills is all we know.
So this is the synth line. And what he's singing is so it's not exactly the same as what Wonder Girl programmed.
He's picking out the notes.
But he's picking out the notes from it. He's using the same notes. The whole mood, the even lyrical ideas, images, it's all right there. And that's Wonder Girl. So Wonder Girl basically, in my eyes, single-handedly set the stage for what that track could be.
And Eastbound, he's the other producer.
And Eastbound. And then Travis Scott just didn't get in the way. No diss to Travis Scott, it's a dope track, but, you know, if he had messed up that beat, that would have been hard to do. Being a good vocalist, you should recognize when the melody in the beat is really all it needs. If Travis had tried to write something counter to the vibe of the guitar and the beat, it might have ended up too complicated. But what you have is a simple song, and that's why it was huge. Like, it's just instantly you get the vibe, and then the vocals just add a layer of imagery on the vibe that's already there. Alright, next up we got Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Tell us, Drop. Why did you pick this one?
Biggest song, I picked it because the line, the keys, the synth in the song is something that you hear a lot. Like that type of vibe, you hear a lot in trap music for the past, 10, 15 years. But it's one of the biggest songs, so.
you should practice just singing along with riff.
Say, little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottles, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both. I don't want to choose, and I'm quick. Cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look.
So that's just 3 notes, and all they're really doing is switching around the rhythm, but it's in a really catchy and effective way. And then it's like, when you have melodies like that in the beat, it almost serves as one of the percussion instruments, especially because it's kind of plucky.
Right.
It's one of the rhythms, so like, now the beat can be even more minimal, like underneath that.
Wait, it's just 3 notes, right?
Yep. It's just 3 notes.
3 notes, and it's one of the 500. What is that? Million?
500 million.
On
3
YouTube.
notes could change your life. Okay. Now, the next 2 examples I picked to illustrate in a melody the concept of an arc, right? So, the opposite of what that melody was. That was basically just a short loop, very simple, and it loops and you already know what's going on. Now, these 2 examples, there's an arc. So, you don't know what's going to happen till the end of a longer period of time. And there's more of a delay, and then at the end, it's almost more powerful. So this is Mozart. This was written 500 years ago.
Went from 500 million to
400 years.
To 400 years.
Yeah. Alright, so this is Mozart's beat. He's setting up a loop. Super simple. You're ruining it. So, that's just to say, he held it out. He held out this high note, and you were like, where's this going? And then, boom, the sauce.
The sauce.
So sometimes you start simple and then you get saucy. That's just one shape. Think of it as a shape. Now here's another shape. This is Bruno Mars, this is a throwback. And this is kind of the opposite. He kind of, instead of starting high, coming down low like Mozart did, he's gonna do the opposite, watch.
Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby.
Woo!
Yeah. Nothing on you, nothing on you, baby.
So it's that high note at the end that really steps it up. When you're crafting a melody, you can think about that, right? You might want to save that high note. Or maybe you want to hit it right from the top. Just come out bursting out of the gate. Or maybe you want to...
It's kind of like storytelling, like when you're going to give
Yeah.
them the punchline in a way.
It is like a punchline, yes. Nice.
So something that helps me with melody, and I'll just sing or hum, because I don't sing, I just hum it. And then that, once I go to the keys, then it makes it easier for me to find it and kind of figure out what they're doing.
That's actually maybe the best way to get better at melody writing is sing it. Learn how to sing what's in your head. Singing to get the melody out of your head. Then once it's out of your head and it's in your voice and you can hear it, then you can find it on the keyboard. If you can master that skill of taking it from your head to the keyboard, you're gonna do great no matter what setting you're in, what genre you're in.
Basically, the only thing as a musician that you ever have to learn how to do is how to sing something and play it on the piano.
Facts.
Really, and then you can figure anything out.
And jazz musicians will tell you the same thing. All they're doing is they're basically singing with their instrument. So, Drock, you picked the Strokes. We're about to play the Strokes. And tell us why you picked this one.
It's a simple song that I feel like, it's not that simple, but it's something that I feel like is easier to hear. And he really goes off the chords, his melody. He really kind of sticks, like, to me, it sounds like he sticks in the lines of the chords.
Alright.
It hurts to say, but I want you to stay. Sometimes
So this melody is super simple, right? But then it's like a nursery rhyme. And it's just very sweet, like it's very touching, but then the fact that they're playing it with guitars changes it. So it goes from being like a lullaby to being just like a nostalgic song for the youth.
Yeah, so what you can do a melody that's really dope is like the melody by itself can really be anything. It can be happy, it could be simple, it could be sad, it could be like a grand melody, but then what you put around it is kind of what makes the genre and the song
and the sound
and all that. So like you said, it sounds like a nursery rhyme, but then they put like distorted guitars and like distorted vocals, and then all of a sudden it's like a dope punk rock song. Or like you could take like Travis Scott melody, like you could try and use that for like put on a cello and like make a string quartet out
very
of it.
true.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's a whole nother genre, but instead they use programmed drums and 808s, and it is what it is. So
right. So think of it more like the melody. The melody really should be timeless. That should be the aim. Your melody should be able to be played by orchestra, sung by a children's choir, or played by like a techno synth, whatever it is. It's really the sound and the rhythms out and the soundscape that's going to determine the genre. But the melody itself, it's really hard to say this is a pop melody, this is a rock melody, this is a hip hop melody, because melody is
you could put it in
universal. It's the universal language. It's the first language, actually.
So like your song Window, it was really just a melody on guitar, and then we put it onto a beat and we programmed everything. We had effects, and now it doesn't sound like a song on guitar. It sounds like like a.
And if you go to my Instagram, there's a clip of me playing on guitar, and it sounds like some coffee house. Like it sounds like some dude playing at the coffee shop. But then
we had an auto tune.
Then you get the drop on the beat, and then the rest is history. That wraps up this episode, week 2. You made it to the end of the episode, which means you get an A.
A+.
If you subscribe. Next week,
Next week we're doing drums or rhythm or percussion.
The domain of the drop. He's going to teach you all how to get funky with it. So until then,
Low Bird Fly.
We'll see you. Follow us.
Homeschool Music.
Drop Beats, Low Bird Fly, at Homeschool Music. Subscribe, comment below, tell us what you want to hear. That's it, yo.